Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we're going to talk about the actual cost for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 56-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go to just about any page on our website, and we've got these free quoters, and you just put the state that you live in. We're licensed in all 50 states, by the way. And you put the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, click Get Quotes Now, and you'll be able to see the best priced insurance companies and the best insurance companies in your state. And you can be an educated buyer because you'll be looking at the same quoter that we help our clients with, which is pretty cool. You can also call us at 888-862-9456 if you'd like to speak with a licensed agent who can certainly help you out with this. Now, the first thing you need to ask yourself if you're looking for $20,000 as a 56-year-old male is that going to be enough insurance for your final expense needs? Now, you know, a cremation on average is going to cost between $1,000 to $2,000 right now. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. And if you're going to have some sort of a remembrance ceremony or celebration ceremony with that cremation, that's probably going to be around $3,500 to $4,500. So obviously, $20,000 is going to be more than enough insurance if you've got $20,000. Now, we typically would not recommend getting $20,000 for a cremation at age 56. You know, probably somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 is going to be adequate for most people. If you're going to live to 90 or 100, you might want to get a little bit more. But one thing we don't recommend is overinsuring because, you know, if it's just easier to fit in your budget, get what you need. If you need to, we can always help you add more coverage later. No big deal at all. So don't worry about that. Now, if you're going to be buried, then $20,000, yeah, that's going to be enough because the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. And I can tell you one thing, a $10,000 burial is not going to be anything fancy at all, but it will get the job done. And if that's all you have, your family's going to be so appreciative that they don't have to pay for that. So, you know, typically, the people we help, age 56-year-old male, you know, they're probably going to be looking at something between $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000. So really just get what fits your budget. That's the most important thing. And you can always add more coverage. We can help you out with that. Now, one thing we do recommend is getting first day coverage or benefits. That's the only thing we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. Now, a lot of people would say, well, I want a first day coverage plan, but they ask health questions, and I've got some health problems. Well, that's why we work with so many different insurance companies, because they all have different underwriting requirements. And 95% of the time, we're getting people qualified for first day coverage or benefits. Now, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage or benefits is if you had like a really significant health issue going on, like maybe a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you know, you dementia, or you're on dialysis or in a hospital or a nursing home. The other thing that would happen that would prevent first day coverage is, if you were dead. we do get people that call up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have any insurance and we don't have any money and their body's down at the funeral home. So, you know, the funeral home's not going to do anything till they get the money. So, you know, we need to get this insurance policy really fast and get a check. And we have to let them know that there's no insurance company out there that's going to offer a policy for somebody who's already died. They just don't do that. So it's really sad that the person who passed away put them in a situation where they're just really struggling financially, but also emotionally. I mean, that does not have to happen. Don't be that person that does that to your family. That's a terrible position to put your family in. Now, the other thing we don't recommend is 2-year waiting period policies. And there's a bunch of different companies out there. Colonial Penn's maybe one of the best known for their $9.95 plan. What most people don't know is that $9.95 plan has a 2-year waiting period. And there's other companies out there that have 2-year waiting period plans as well. Mutual of Omaha with their United of Omaha product. AIG, Gerber. There's other companies out there too. And some of those companies have done a really great job of convincing the American public over age 50 that the only thing they'll ever qualify for is a 2-year waiting period. And we go, ha! Nothing could be further from the truth, because we help people with first aid coverage all day long. So $20,000 coverage. Let's see what this would be. The challenge in getting higher coverage amounts with Colonial Penn is, number one, you got this per unit pricing, and it's kind of goofy, right? And a lot of people would think, if they're a 56-year-old male, that, for $9.95, after watching those TV commercials, which sound so good, they would think, you know what, I can probably get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And then they talk with a Colonial Penn agent, or they go on the website, and a male age 56, $9.95 will only buy $1,370. $1,370 is not even enough for a burial in most part of the, or for a cremation in most part of the country. And think about it. If it's not enough right now, this policy is not going to actually pay out for 2 years for any health or medical related cause of death. So it's that $1,370 is going to be worth less than it is today due to inflation. So it only gets worse. So, just be very skeptical about a lot of these advertisements you see out there. Let's go see if we can even get 20,000. What would 15 units worth of coverage be? Okay, well, we're kind of getting close. Yeah, $20,550. Again, you can't get an even $20,000 for a 56-year-old male. It just doesn't work out. You always get these kind of wackadoodle numbers, off numbers. $20,550, and that's $150. So, could you save money with first aid coverage? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you could. So we've got $20,000, male, age 56. We're going to get a quote for first aid coverage. Come back here. Again, $20,000, roughly $150. First aid coverage, that would be $65. So think of that. Even if you double the $65, that's roughly $130. It's still less than the $149. So it is, let's see, 65. Let's just take that up to 60. That's another 40. Plus 50 is $90. So it's roughly $90 more a month. That'd be $1,080, I believe, every 12 months. And then if that's 10 years, that's going to be almost $10,000. It's going to be more than $10,000 more expensive that you're overpaying for that Colonial Penn. I think my math is right on that. It's just a lot of money. It's hard to calculate that in your head on the fly, how much more money that is by overpaying $90 more a month. That is insane to the membrane. So let's look at some other insurance companies here and see what they would charge. Maybe some that advertise, and you'll be able to see all these insurance companies on the quoter that we provide. Oh, like Lincoln Heritage, $100. Hey, they're a fine company, I guess, and level coverage, but it's $100. So Lincoln Heritage has got a thing where when you pass away, they'll call 2 or 3 different insurance companies and maybe do a couple other things, but you pay a premium for it. It's not free. They charge more for it. It's $100. And when you come down here and we look at our cheapest one, 65. So let's just say that's roughly, we'll easy math. I'm going to say that's $30. 3 times 12 is $360 a year. And then times 10 years, that's $3,600. It's probably between $3,800 to $4,000 that you would overspend on a policy. So you've got to ask yourself, is a company calling a few different funeral homes and maybe doing a couple of things worth, like $3,600 to $4,000 more? And that's if it's only 10 years. I mean, that number gets worse and worse the longer you live. And most people would say, that's a lot of money for that little amount of work. So what we've done at Funeral Funds of America is we provided a funeral and estate planning guide, and we provide that free of charge, and you can just fill it out. Who gets what goes where, where you want to be buried, what's your final wishes, everything in there. Keep it with your insurance policy, and now when you pass away, everything's all together, and your family will know exactly what you wanted done, and they will know that you were thinking about them and loving them and protecting them at a time when they were going to really be going through some difficult times, and you protected them financially with the insurance and then both emotionally with the planning guide. So, Yeah, just don't overpay for insurance. It's silly to do that. And you can go to our website at funeralfunds.com. We've got a special YouTube quote at funeralfunds.com/YouTube where you can get the best discounts and pricing, especially for our YouTube visitors. You can also call us at 888-862-9456, talk with a licensed agent. And whether you've got an existing policy and you want to price shop it, or you just want to add more coverage to it, or you want some brand new coverage, or even if you just want some information, just reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you and help you out with this. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care. You have a nice day. Bye-bye.